Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and I can see it's been quite a while since I've been behind the controls here on a stream. Boy, messing up here quite a bit here in the beginning. But anyway, here we are sitting in Fort Lauderdale, getting ready to depart for a pretty unknown airport out there. I'm kind of using it as a stepping stone, so bear with me here a second. I'm going to kind of swing around. We're going to be in the Allegiant A320 from Flight Factor. And we're going to be flying to a place called Charlotte-Concord. I don't know if the regional airport. It's kind of north and east of Charlotte City itself. And I just, Allegiant flies into these kind of places, so I thought I'd give it a try and see what it's going to be like to get in. They've got looks like a pretty much new terminal there. I'm not sure if they even have jetways or not at the real place. It was hard to tell from Google Earth, but overall, it looks like it'll be a fun rival. We'll get into the pre-brief here momentarily. And let me get that across the top off. I thought I did. Boy, it sure seems like this is the first time out behind the wheel again here, learning how to stream. We've had a lot of overtime shifts, a lot of extra shifts, so getting on here to stream has been problematic at best. So today is the first day I've had a chance, so we're going to get out here and enjoy it. And we're going to try out this new airport. So without further ado, let's swing over Sim Toolkit here while I get things up in the cockpit. Then we'll power up and get the plane going. We are currently cold and dark here in, well, cold is subjective when you talk about Fort Lauderdale, but we are cold and dark here. So looking at our flight plan here in the office, there's your route across the top, and I just realized that's one thing I did not send out to you all. And I can't spell, I just found out today. Having a hard time with that too. There we go, and that should give you the weather as well. All right, so looking up here, at the top you're going to see the flight plan, ARCs to CZ to Matlick, Quebec 77 to TFL to Greenville on the Chapter 3 into Charlotte Regional. Runway 10 left is our hopeful runway today. That's the way the winds seem to be aimed. 2 up at Regional seems to be the way. So we'll see how that works out. Quick take on Fort Lauderdale, 65 feet above sea level. The runway heading is 096 and it's 9,000 feet long. Conversely, at our rival airport, runway 2, the heading's 18018 on a 7,400 foot runway. So There you go, folks. And for those of you that missed it in the chat and want to see it anyway, here's the weather in Fort Lauderdale. Pretty much reads out beautiful by beautiful and a touch of beautiful tomorrow. Pretty much sums up Fort Lauderdale. Now, once you get inland, okay, it might suck then. But anyway, but the weather, winds are 080 at 10 knots, hence why we're taking off on the 10s. And preferably 10 left since it is a little bit longer. So altimeter, though, which is the most important thing we're going to need in the aircraft to start up, is 3012. So over on the other side of the ledger, uh, we've got an air distance of 654 miles, average wind of 269 degrees at 05 or 57 knots. So little breezy. Once we get up there, it's going to be kind of quartering on us, so we may not get any benefits out of it. Flight level cruise, they're showing a hodgepodging here from 36 to 38. Captain's discretion, we're calling it 37,000 is what we're going to fly at. Now for the loadout today. What the guys here at Fort Lauderdale have loaded on for us is 175 people, 14,700 kilograms of payload, and that'll bring us up to 57,542 on the ZFW, zero fuel weight. Fuel for the day. They're going to be loading 7,769 kilograms into us, which should leave us with, well, they're calling it 1,593 kilograms if we have to go to Raleigh-Durham for our alternate. That's what that should read or be close to. Finally, the cruise or cost index is 24. And again, you can see that hodgepodge of altitudes. They're going to be up and down, and I'm not doing that to my passengers. So we're just going to hit 37 and cruise on. We're going to be on POSCON today, folks. So ATC may or may not be there. I haven't checked the map. Plus, it's been up and down. I've had a lot of trouble with it today. A lot of 502 gateway errors. So they may be having server issues. So we'll see if we stay on it or not. Doubtful for those of you going, please come on VATSIM. Very doubtful. So, so moving along down this real quick. Here again is our, well, here's our route if we go to Raleigh. And here is our route if, well, here is our route again. Operational times were scheduled at 2 hours, 5 minutes, and it looks like we're estimating that as well. Like I said, that wind's almost a direct cross on the entire legs except maybe the arrival. Oh, my apologies, folks. We've got shingles we're dealing with, so I'm a little tired. Got some antibiotics in me now, some steroids and all. So, yeah. Man, it's been a fun year. You know, I'd like to go back to 2020, and I can hear them go, no, I wasn't sick last year. So, I've had COVID already this year, and now shingles. I'm here. I'm ready to go back to 2020. Anyway, so moving along, here's our weights. 175 people, and you can read the rest. All right, folks, so that wraps up the pre-flight here. One last thing I'm going to look at here is our flight summary here. Gives the map plus the routing, and I can pull up most everything that we just went over. But you can see we got a lot of offshore stuff way south of us here. Rest of the trip looks crystal clear. Alrighty, so, and what we can also do, give you a quick look here. Significantly, there's the jet stream cutting across. Doesn't look like much turbulence in the area, so that should be good. And we're going to be cruising up close to this one, so you can see how that wind is just almost right at our hitting our side dead on. So, uh, so that's what we've got to contend with today. So let's close out of the office here and work our way through the concourse up to the aircraft. All right, so we're up here in the cockpit at this time. The first officer is out doing his walk around of the aircraft. We might even hop out and do the same. But for now, let's get into the checklist and work our way through here as best we can. So we're on the ground. Charlie 5 is the gate here at Fort Lauderdale. Quick look outside gives you a brief look at kind of where we're at in case you're looking to join us here on POSCON. Kind of swinging around. So there you go, folks, back into the cockpit. So I've already got us tied in. POSCON is still alive. Hang on a second. That is our indication we may have gotten a squawk code, and we sure did. All right, so that is going to be uh, 1442. All right, so we'll get that in here eventually. So let's see. While we're here, I'm just going to do a quick look at the map. And what I'll do here for you all. If I can get it right. Okay, let me slide this over. Okay, we'll dissolve it in. All right, we'll get rid of it here. All right, so what I'm doing here, let me show off a little bit of POSCON here. I'm always talking about it. All right, so here is the web UI, and what that is when you're in the aircraft, first thing you're going to want to do, come down under your plugins, you'll see POSCON. Well, come on. You'll click the one that says login. Duh, I've already done it. Then once you're logged in, you come down to web UI. Then the web UI, hopefully you saw that because I just realized. Oh, you probably did. All right, so on the web UI, you got ATC. That's where you're going to put in the server that your flight plan gives. Let me see if that'll come up for you. Bear with me. I don't have these on multiple monitors. Yeah, there it is. Oh, uh-oh. What happened? Something happened. I have a message. Hang on a second. It's going to give me fits. I can see it right now. Hang on. We'll do this. We'll do this. Okay. I hope that did it. I don't know. New messages. All right. Hopefully that replied to it. We'll find out. But anyway, let's go back. So here's the flight plan. Y'all have seen this before. If you go on Professional Flight Planner, you see it in your flight plan. Sim Toolkits or Sim Brief, you see it there as well. So that kind of breaks it down to what ATC sees. Now, when you scroll it down, you get your departure airport. Now, you get what you're going to communicate on. So CTAF, common traffic frequency, if there's no ATC, there's your frequency. And for CPDLC, that's the ATC. That's what you're going to type in for where you're at. Usually it's your center. The United States, as we all know, has a bunch of centers. So they've simplified it to KUSA. METARS, ATIS, and I'm just going to read it. I've never really thought to 10 left, 10 right. Okay. And then they also give your arrival. And there we're going to be using 122.95. We'll get all of these set up at the appropriate times. I just wanted to show you. So you do this, you file it. Once you're filed, you come into the web UID, you would click ATC, and they changed it. Oh, here it is, login status. That's what you would click, type in where you're at and your call sign, send it, and away it goes. You'll get this message first that the CPDLC is in contact with them, and then shortly thereafter you'll get your squawk. If not, it's 2000 if you're IFR. So, quick look, and then our map. That was our last flight. Oh, looky there, Atlanta is up and running. Oh, that sucks. Really didn't want to talk to ATC today. All right, well, we'll deal with them when we get up there and how this all works at that point. It'll be interesting because if it's like Pilot's Edge, I'll immediately disconnect from them. So, okay, so that runs us down with the how this all works. So, let me do this real quick. And let's get into the checklist so we can get into the air. All right, so ground power is already established. You can see it right up there on the nose, hooked up and everything. Our two conveyor belts are hooked up and the fuel truck's even in. So we're going to head up top. Well, first off, we got some things we got to check, I just realized. So we're going to come looking down here. We're going to move the thrust lever, make sure it's at idle. It is. The thrust lever is at idle. Engine masters are off. That's these two switches. The selector mode is 12 o'clock norm. Speed brakes. Let's cycle them and make sure they're not armed. Okay. Flaps 0, and up top here, well, we're not powered up, so we wouldn't know. So they're showing 0. Parking brake is showing on. Chocks are in place, by the way. Okay, moving up here, gear lever is in the down position. Wipers off. Now let's power up. Okay, so we can see we have the external power. The first thing we want to do is click battery. Okay, that just gave us the power so we can see the off button. So we click, the batteries are on. Little trick there, folks. If you're not sure the batteries are on and off, because as you can tell, nothing says on up there. It just says off. Look for these 3 green for your landing gear. Also look for this, powering up. That's when you know at least your batteries are on. And then let's go ahead and connect in external power to the system. You'll see the fire lights up at the top kind of cycle. And as we come back down, we're going to see all of our LCDs starting to warm up and go through their self-tests. When they're done, we'll continue on. Should be here shortly. And they may be coming back with the same message. So I hope you all are having a good hump day so far, Wednesday. There we go. All of our gauges are up and awaiting us to continue on. Let's just continue down, looking at everything. All right. So let's get up to the top panel again. All right, so the overhead lights, they are on. We're not going to turn the domes on, the pedestal lights. And you can just see the one more just powered up. And they're all to where I want them set at, so just so you know. Floodlights could be set, integrity floodlights. So everything's how I would like it. So let's move on to the EFB. So we are going to begin to load the fuel, load the passengers, and then we're going to remove everything. Okay, so for fuel, we want, where's my list here? Okay, passengers, set. And I'm just going to check the perf data. All right, I got to check. Sorry, folks, I'm not that good with math in my head. Where's our fuel? Okay. Thinking we got everything right here, but it never hurts to double check. Oh. Bingo, 175 people. So we are now loaded. Now, let's go back through it. Cargo-wise, we're not going to worry about. Payload, though, is what we are. 14.7, we're good. Zero fuel weight, supposed to be 5742 and 57542, so we're good. All right, so we're going to remove those guys. We'll keep that open for now. And fuel is good, so we'll remove that. All right, so the vehicles are all removed. Now let's move on to the APU start. So let's get that APU up and running. What we're going to do is a fire test first. Okay. While we're here, let's... Okay. And it hurts me that I'm not able to go down and check, because we need to be down on the lower panel here, checking these out, down here, checking that we show fire here. So that kind of upsets me that I'm not able to figure that part out yet. So APU will go to master to start. Now this is going to switch to the APU, and what we're waiting for is door open. Green. It's running a lot of checks right now. Okay, flap is open, and we'll click start. Okay, we'll let it do its thing. As you can see, it's spooling up here. And it will say available up here. I think it's up in here once it is ready. Oh, and then we can come off ground power. There's the avail and the avail. Shows avail here. APU bleed on will come off the generator. Okay. All right, folks, so we have powered the plane up. Let's go ahead and begin our pre-flight overhead panel. And basically what that means is we're going to just go up. Anything that says on, we make it like these two over here. We'll bring that up to the middle. All right, so let's just kind of work our way up. Wiper is still off. Everything's looking good here. These two faults will stay there until they know where we're at. They're part of the GP, the ground warning system. And nothing's going here. Okay. One of the big checks here is actually with these ADIR system. So what I'm going to do here, let me see if I can't. Okay, so we're going to move number 1 to nav. It's going to flash again here. We're looking for on battery. On bat. What that means is if we lose complete power, we know ADIRS 1 will work that way. ADIRS 2 is on the right side. Same thing. On bat, we're good. As soon as that extinguishes, we'll do the third one. Number 3 is coming up. On bat, we're good to go. All right, now they say strobes to auto. I get nervous because I like let me get the nav lights on. They should have already been. Now you have 2 positions. If you look out on the wingtips, let me see if I can do this right. I'm going to try to zoom in on the wing so you can kind of get an idea why you have 1 and 2. It's pretty, I actually think it's kind of interesting. Okay, let me just come back a little. All right, so here's what's on right now with 1. Here's 2. They're identical, folks. They're not, one's bigger, one's littler, one's this, one's that. They're identical. So let's just say, hypothetically, the first officer out there goes, hey, pilot side lights out. Okay, switch to number 2. If it comes on, they're good to go still. So it's just something neat. I just found that interesting going through some videos with this aircraft. So, and they alternate. 1, 2. They just alternate through the day, so they each get used just as much. There's nothing, hurting what's going on. We're going to turn the no smoking lights on and the seatbelt lights on while we're fueling. We're not even boarding yet, folks. Okay, so emergency lights. Let's move those to arm. So we're now in the center here. Where are we at here? Now we're going to start moving up. APU bleeds on. Packs are on. Again, remember, if it doesn't say off, they're on. Working our way up slowly here. We'll get our fuel pumps all turned on. And then we've already done our fire checks, but we'll do them again. It never hurts. Okay. And radio 3 is on VHF 3. I'm gonna, when we get down to the other ones, we'll have a little more to say about that because I learned something on my last flight. Alright, so back up here to the top here. So now the main panel, we're just going to check this up this side, making sure, like I said. Now one thing we'll do is 1 click that way, 1 click this way to help out the passengers back there. Okay, so let's come down to the main and pedestal. So the anti-skid and nose wheel steering is on. That is, this switch here shows on. FMCs, pull down a little here, they're both on. VHF radio 1, radio 2, they are both on. And let me do this first. Setting my radios here for POSCON. Okay, there's that one. We need 119.3, isn't that correct? I'm going to have to say yes it is. Okay, so okay, so that's good. All right, hang on a second here. I'm going to get my next. Okay, so TCAS radio 2. We're going to set the other guard channel, and this is the one most of you might be familiar with, especially those of you in the pilot world, 121.5, the distress channel. So, and then we'll set the other one. There we go. So we are now set up for our departure. There's our departure frequency here, arrival frequency here, which we'll put over here eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is guard in flight. So once we clear Fort Lauderdale, we'll switch over to it. And then same over here. And I'm going to go ahead while we're here, and we're going to go ahead and clear this up. Set up our 14442. That was correct. Hopefully it too has not gatewayed errored out. 1442. No, it has not. Okay. So they're set. Standby. Bear with me. Gonna have to come down a little. And we're on auto. Okay. Alright, so. And TCAS, it was just there, is on standby. So we're good. The main pedestal and our main panel and pedestal check is now done. What that leaves us left with, folks, is the MCDUs. That is FMCs in the Boeing world. Alright, so here we are at the MCDUs. What we're going to do is verify engine nav data, or engine and nav data. Get it all here at once. Alright, so we're going to go to the initialization page, and that'll be from and to going here. So it's Kilo Fox Lima Lima / Kilo Juliet Quebec Fox. And yes, I am going to double check. Juliet Quebec Fox. Quebec Fox. Okay, put that in there. We don't have any routes saved. Flight number for today, we'll just go ahead and go MAC 0572. I have the real world. We're not going to worry about it. Cost index is 24. Cruise 37. And we'll stay with the standard. I don't think I have the cruise altitude temps. Yeah, we'll just stay standard. And since this is our first time today, we'll do the initialization, align on ref, and confirm. And off it goes. I'll show you real quick. It says GPS primary lost. It'll say, I can't remember, but you'll see a difference when we come back. Okay, so back down here, and it'll show up on both of these. Okay, so the initialization page is done. So we put the flight to cost. This is where it gets really confusing. Let's go to the flight plan page. We're going to click Kilo Fox, departure, 10 left, Archies, leave. Thought we had a transition here. Hang on. And hang on, I'm just verifying. Oh, we only have arcs. Okay, my bad. Again, that's what I get for thinking. Okay, so we're going to temporarily insert that. Okay, from arcs. Hang on, I'm getting the cheat sheet I have here set up to help me get going here. We're going direct CZ, and that is S-E-A, Zulu, Yankee. Direct Matlick, M-A-T-L-K. Now, okay, so we're going to Q77, isn't that correct? All the way over to TEUFL. TEUFL. Okay. And dunk. Two things. One, GPS primary. That tells us we're aligned. Two, nothing's at the bottom. I think I got to clear it from over there first. There we go. All right, so we've now got our departure and all of our fixes to TEUFL in there by simply putting in that airway. And all you do is you click right by the fix here. It'll bring up down near here. You'll click the one next to airways, put the airway in, and the last fix for that airway. It's a lot different than some of them in Flight Sim. So, in Microsoft, I should say. Okay, so now we're direct IRQ. And of course, but we first look. This one's easy to tell right out of the bat. One, the one's 471 miles away is a good bet. But two, coordinate-wise, we're on the Western Hemisphere, folks, so it should say W, not Echo. So, and then we can quickly firm up that frequency. Going to Sky Vector, hit our route. Come on, there you go. 113.9. Okay, so we know that's accurate. So we select that. And I'm going to go ahead and green up. Now, why I did that is if I make any mistakes from here on out, that stuff we know is good. So let's go to our arrival. We'll do the RNAV on the chapter 3. Ooh. Alright, so I got to look one more time here. And it was eventually going to happen. I don't know what's up with NavGraph here lately. Putting in my damn user information way too much. Okay, and I even click remember me all the time and it never remembers me. There we go. Okay, so this is all gonna be one last check. Yeah, it didn't have us click in on our There we go, finally. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and clear this. Hang on. Oh, where am I clicking? Clicking the wrong areas. Okay. So what I'm going to do, sorry for that there, I was a little lost. Okay, so let's try this again. We'll pop that out. And we're going to, I meant to click something up here. Okay. So what we're going to do is just kind of scroll through. I'm also looking at the mileages to make sure nothing gets way out of whack here, folks. Okay, everything looks good. Hang on a second, let me just pull that back. Alright, so now we're going to go green. Everything is set in. Okay, so there we go with the flight plan. Okay, now we're going to go back to this. Now, 0 fuel weight. So what we'll do here, help us out. Oh, hang on. Let's go to 3. We're going to kind of open this over just a tad. Hit perf data. Now I've heard I could click this and it'll put it all in there. 57.5, 29.4, block 8.4. Okay, that all looks good. Okay, so all right, so now perf page. So we're going to be putting in a lot of information here. Oh, one thing I needed to get off that. Hang on. Up 02. Okay. I use that to guide me on one of the pages here. Okay. So what we're going to be doing now, and I'm going to go ahead and get this opened up. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. I'm going to another website. I'm going to put that in the chat room. And what this was meant for, I've been told, for a different Sims Airbus. But the person, the spy flight, they put me on this site. And it gives us a lot of data just from the little we have. So we'll go A320, CFM, metric, and we're at Kilo Fox Lima Lima. Get the METAR. Okay. Coming through here. Okay, we're going to go 1 plus F. Packs will be on. Anti-ice will be off. We're on a dry runway. kilograms. We are at, hang on, 57,542. Enter. All right. And our goal, 27.6. All right, hang on a second. 27.6. Now if I've entered all of this right, I did it right. Well, at least I hope I've done it right. All right, 096. Okay. Okay, so with all of this data, just all I have to do, they say, is push calculate. And it's going to fill in our flex temperature of 61. There's our V speeds, which I'm going to compare to what I get off of here. Well, it is actually a little higher. And we'll see what it looks like with TopCat. Hang on a second, I'm getting TopCat. We just need 10, 2. And the ACARS data here, 146, 146, 149. They're calling 140s across the board. Okay, but you can see now one other thing we can do is we get the actual printout that would come, which I don't get why all of that's 0 and stuff, but you know, hey, it's kind of neat. But anyway, then there's another site. We'll see if I've got any data for this one. A streamer by the name of Blackbox 711 created this. Here, let me, oh, went to the wrong page. Hang on, back. His website is here, and I hope he's okay with me giving this out. So let me real quickly. Oh, where are we? Crud. Oh no, I didn't screw up. Okay. Second there, I thought I screwed up. Okay, so on this page, what we can do, if he has this airport, he may not. He does not. If he would, for instance, that's where we were before. It would look like this, and it's going to give you your acceleration thrust reductions. We'll go with the, since we don't have that, he's updating this. I mean, he's a real world pilot, so he gets to it when he can. But from what I understand, there's like 200 airports in here with this. So you're getting a lot of information here off this page. Unfortunately, it's not working out for us, but that's okay. We'll come back to here. We can get a lot of what we need on this page. So what we need, according to the checklist, and I would love to one day write down a video I watched where he took every step you need to do here, and it was like D-I, and it just was, you know, each first letter working your way down SSS on the secondary routes and all of that. Really well done video that I watched trying to learn this plane. So let's see here. We're going flaps 1 slash up 0.2 flex is 6.1. I don't know what that is. Transition altitude's 18,000 here in the States. We'll make sure. Okay, and we're 1. Go. Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay. 146, 146. We're going to go with what they say. I've actually heard the numbers that come out are a little low. I don't know the truth or not. I don't fly this plane. This is maybe, you know, we're less than a dozen flights in this plane, folks. 149. Okay. Now, the performance is set. We've got the flex temp and the takeoff data 2/. So now they put the flight plan to departure and all of that, clear the discontinuities. That's not how this one video went. That's the way I'm trying to piece my mind around this. So update, close out, compute. That way I have it. All right. Okay, so we got those all set up. Our MCDU is now set up. Now, he went into, in the real world, using the secondary flight plan and all of that, but we are good to go here, folks. And folks, that's going to wrap this part up. All we got to do is the flight control unit, so stand by while we transition up to there. Okay, we're back on here. So up here, all we got to set up is our QNH. QNH at this airport is, wouldn't you know, I covered it up again. 3010. Okay. Just going down, flight directors are on both. Nav set to arc on both. Range set at 20. CSTR is on for constraints. That just basically tells you if there's constraints along the route. Auto thrust is on, and we need to set our altitude. And we're going to set it for 37, and we'll go from there, and I'm going to go ahead and okay, so the VORs are all on. All right, folks, we are ready to push back. We just need to close the doors, start the ACAR system, which is what's coming up, and then we'll get the pushback on its way. So what I'm going to be doing now is setting up the, real quickly, a couple of things in here on the ACAR system sound-wise. And we're going 146, 146. 149, save, and 37, just making sure information is right, and we've started. Okay, and I want to verify one thing. Okay, the main door did not close. All right, so we're back here, ready to go. So let's do this. Oh, wrong button. Sorry, folks. And you can see, by the way, our CG is in the operational plan. Weather again looking good. Okay, so let's come back to service. We're good. Supply. All right. Now, want to double check something before I do it. Okay, we're on, we're on. APU is on the gen. Okay, I want to make sure before, and that's available, I disconnect. Okay. Closing the main door. We're going to make, oh, can't make it there, but we can do it there. And the chocks are still in. What did I do wrong? Hang on. Try that again. Perfect. All right. So we're going to kind of zoom in, do our little exterior look. Chocks are off. While we're doing this real quick, let's go ahead. For some reason, I don't think they do this in real life, but...
All right, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
Okay, so we got the crazy pushback guy. Okay, so we've called for the tow pushback. We've activated ACARS, making our final check there. And we are on the board. Okay, folks, we are ready to push and start 1 hour into the stream. I'm getting faster. So we're going to go ahead and get him on his way.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
What we're going to do is just zoom in. We got half the plane checked. There's our tug, getting ready to go into the building. And he'll drive out and through the lights. But anyway, all the doors and all are closed. All the checklist items are completed. We've started ACARS. And we're ready for engine start. So, we'll kind of watch him here for a second. And no, folks, I do not have the animated jetways. Working on that. That's one of my first things I want to get now that I have the Airbus.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Well, get on with it. Sorry, folks. Anyway, but yeah, that's one of the things I'm looking at next. I don't know if it's payware or not, but we got to get those. I think that would be really neat. All right, so we're going to hop back up. Let's get the beacons running. Beacons are on. Okay, all the cabin lights are on. As soon as he says we're going to push.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Okay, we're going to TA on our transponder. And folks, this is a pretty automated start. You just flip a switch and it goes from there. As soon as we clear the area, we're going to go ahead and start number 2. There you go. Everything just lit up, letting you know it's on. Oxygen's good, and we're well, this is what I call a snafu on my part. Helps to put the mode selector to start and then go. Thankfully, nobody was yelling at me, "Turn the start selector!" And you can see things starting to light up. I might have gone a little quick.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Okay, parking brake on.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
And what I'm going to do over here, pretty much just set that to radar. What we're looking for is a veil. That means you're pretty much spooled up and can start up on the next engine. So, we're going to go to here, starting number 1. You can see your valves open, and she is cranking up.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
And you too, thanks for flying with Mike. Alrighty folks, we are pushed back. Engines are still spooling up. We'll turn the APU and all off once we're spooled up. Okay, we got the avail. And folks, I put in for 19:15 on the departure. We're 19:30 on the pushback, so we're a little late. Hope to make that up en route. Thanks for flying with Mike. Alright, so we're good to go on the engines. Alright, let's come up here. Everything looks good. Okay, so engines are at mode selector first to normal. Our APU bleed is going to off. Packs 1 and 2 are on. APU master can now go off. Come down here. Okay, and the APU master is off. Let's check the APU real quick. Hasn't begun to spool down. It is cooling. It'll spool here momentarily. So let's do our before taxi check. Okay, the before taxi check kind of starts kind of weird for me. But we're gonna first acknowledge. I don't even think he's over there now. Nope, he's gone. Alright, we're going to acknowledge him by taxi lights. We'll get our runway turn lights on. Nose light to taxi. Nav have already been on. Brake fan on. WXR to 1, spoilers armed, flaps 1. Parking brake will come off here momentarily. Let's reset our rudder trim. Waiting for flaps 1. 1F. Brakes to max. And folks, we're cleared to taxi. Alright, so. Now, what I was talking about earlier, If you get, when you come into the plane, you get everything set up, you know exactly, hang on a second here. You know the frequency, everything's right, and you go to click to talk, and you get that message, transmitter not enabled. This mic input selected is the mic input selected on the radio. Flight factor for sure. I have not run into this with the Caravan, the 737 from Zebo, or the 747 from Sparks, or any of the defaults. This is the first one. Come down here and make sure that is clicked to on. Real quickly, let me pull it up. We'll do a kind of quick overview here so you get an idea of what we're doing. And then we're going to start moving. This is kind of what the guy said would be a mini brief. Granted, they're not pulling the charts out like we are. So let me do this and this. Okay, so I've got Sim Toolkit pulled back up. This is the departure brief, and it's going to be brief. That is our arrival. However, you'll see where we're parked at here in a moment. Right here, we're going to go up to Tango, follow that over here, and I believe this is Charlie 1, and we'll make our departure. Okay, the arcs is pretty much simple out, box fashion out towards arcs. Restrictions, we got to be above 11,000. Once we're above 580, well, let's just read in. How about that? So we'll climb on 96 to 580, then direct Jumar. Then left to Hopor, to Secor, Hopor, and then depicted route to arcs. So from Harper to Secor to Atone at or above 11,000 feet to arcs. Very simple departure, folks. Let's see, nothing there. Our top altitude is 3,000, no ATC. We'll take her all the way up. Okay, folks, so there's your departure brief real quick in a down and dirty style nutshell. As my wife was saying earlier to a colleague, it's clear as mud. Thank goodness she's not listening to me, so I didn't get hit by anything. Alright, so we are going to begin our taxi. And again, it's Tango Charlie 1. So stand by. Fort Lauderdale traffic, Mac Air 572. Departing or taxiing runway to runway 10 left via taxiway Tango Charlie 1. Okay, there we go, folks. Oh, we got trim to set. Okay. Always go the wrong way. There we go. Trim is set, so now we're just going to do a quick. There's right, left, and you can see the surfaces moving. Ailerons and spoilers. Elevator. Down. Up. And then the rudder. Out we go, folks. All right, so let me get us back up here, and here we go. We're gonna turn got the lights already set. Like I said, I really doubt this is what it would look like on a pushback here. let y'all get a good look at the A320 here. It's an airplane I'm not at all familiar with inside. Never been in it. Looking forward to the day we get in it and do a quick down and dirty class on how to shut her down by emergency means besides other ways. But again, Tango to Charlie 1. All right, folks, we'll stay quiet for now until we get to the end of the runway. See you then. All right, folks, we have Miami Center on, so stand by. Miami Center, Mac Air 572s, taxiing to runway 10 left with squawk code 1442.
Mac 572 Miami Center, hello, squawk code Charlie, and which runway you say you were taxiing to?
10 left.
Mac 572, roger, runway 10 left, hold short. And Mac 572, just make sure you're squawking no Charlie, and I'll give you your takeoff clearance.
I am. I gotta aviate before I talk to you guys. And Mac Air 572, we're holding short 10 left, squawking mode Charlie.
Mac 572, thanks. Right after Jumar, runway 10 left, clear for takeoff.
Roger, clear for takeoff, 10 left, Mac Air 572. Okay, folks, well, that kind of screwed things up like ATC always does. But our before takeoff checklist has been done. Only thing left to do is a takeoff config. And we're doing that as we speak. We're normal. Brakes release, flaps 1. Again, our speeds are 146, 146, 149, and off to the runway we go. We're going to turn the strobes on now. And cabin's ready. Okay, nose light to TO.
Approaching 10 left.
And I'm glad she told us we're actually at 10 left. And clear for takeoff.
On runway 10 left.
Okay. Here we go. Sorry for that little wiggle there on the runway, guys.
V1, V2.
Gear up. Hit the right lever, Mike.
Gear up.
All right, and we are airborne. Simplifying things here. All right, so we togoed. Where are we here? Spoilers, we just need to disarm. Nose lights can go off. And we're coming into CL. Okay, so up to the nose light, off.
Mac Air 572 radar contact, altitude leaving.
Oh, well, you're going to get it after the checklist. I'm sorry, dude. Mac Air 572 leaving 4500 for flight level 370.
Mac Air 572, roger. Verify you want flight level 370, you have altitude 360.
What? I would have swore I put 370 down. My apologies. Yeah, we would like 370.
Mac Air 572, no problem. Climb maintain level 370.
Roger, through 6,400 for 3,000 or flight level 370. Mac Air 572. Okay, now back to my checklist because you're starting to upset me here, guys.
And Mac Air 572, just a shortcut for you. Clear to actually turn left, right, track forward.
Okay, hang on. You're changing me too. That was left turn to Secor, S-E-C-O-R. And Miami Center, Mac Air 572, that was for Secor, Sierra Echo, Charlie Oscar Romeo.
Mac Air 572, that's correct.
Oh boy, how do I go direct? Okay, and Mac Air 572 is in that left turn now for Secor.
10,000 feet.
Mac Air 572, roger, thanks.
Okay, not being able to pay attention very much, I noticed our speeds never came up. Now we're going flaps up. We just look down there and make sure 0 and up and not armed. Okay, I want to make sure here. We just passed 10,000, so runway lights. And at 18,000, we'll go standard. Okay, and just looking everything else over, I'm going to go ahead and kick the wing lights off. And make one check here. climbing. Good deal. All right, so we are now, folks, direct SACOR. We've gone through our checklist. Runway turn lights are off, anti-ice is off, landing lights are off. Barrow will go standard here in about 5,000 feet. All right, folks, we are climbing. We're with ATC, so we're going to keep the music quiet until he says goodbye to us. And at the moment, we're going to get up here again. Put the electronics on for the people. Okay, there you go, folks. Kind of a little shaky departure. We're working on that. Like I said, it's not been many flights in this plane, but she is sure fun to fly. I'll give it that. I'm actually enjoying this plane. Quick look at our radar. Oh wait, hang on a second. Come down here. I was fiddling with this when he rudely interrupted. But anyway, folks, we are looking good. Radar scope over here hasn't changed. That makes me wonder how much it updates. Looks like it is updated. And nothing to worry about so far on the route. We're going to zoom in a little. Uh-oh. Oh, we're turning. Never mind. I was like, uh-oh. Thought I saw a Z-boat starting up on me. And now we're direct to tone. Coming up on our standard call here. And you know what? That makes sense that the flight plan probably said 36.
18,000 feet.
There it goes. Finally got it to go standard. All right, so we're standard now. We've passed our check. We're heading for cruise. Let's take one look at our still in climb, CI-24. We are 590 miles out of our destination. That includes, mind you, the arrival. So we're looking good. Electronic flight bag or estimated electronic. Oh my gosh. Ooh, this shingle stuff is really, yeah, got me kind of beat. We're looking at 4.1 on the fuel. There, kilograms. All right, folks. We'll catch you here a little closer to the top of climb. All right, not really sure what the heck is going on with this plane right now. Okay, I really don't know what the up and up is going on here. It's like we're getting just tossed all over the sky here, and I don't know what's going on. Okay, any one of y'all watching this, I would sure love to know what the heck this plane's doing. I just looked outside, nothing abnormal looks going on out there. I'm about ready to turn off the weather. Because I probably just about oversped everything. Okay, well, I'm not really sure at all what the heck is going on. This has got to be the most freakiest flight I've flown. I have no idea what's going on. Alright, so far clearing the weather seems to have helped out here. Okay, well, for those of you flying along, I hope you enjoyed that. It was definitely interesting to say the least. I have no idea what was in the weather, but it is sure looks like that had a lot to do with it. Alright folks, well we are in cruise. Let me take a look at the radar. We're going to tilt down slightly, up on the gain slightly. There we go. You know what? We'll just keep it.
Mac Air 572, leaving my airspace to the north. Jacksonville center's offline. Monitor Atlanta center 132.97. Have a good flight.
Mac Air 0572 understands the monitor Atlanta 132.97. Have a great day.
Mac Air 572, Miami Center.
I hit the wrong push to talk, sorry. We copied, we'll monitor Atlanta 132.97.
Mac Air 572, Miami Center.
Go ahead, Miami Center, this is Mac Air.
Air 572, sorry about that, my audio was turned down. Jacksonville center's offline. You can monitor Atlanta center 132.97. He'll call you.
Roger, 132.97. We'll monitor Mac Air 572. Have a great day. So we're going to kind of kick back, relax. We're going to put the music on. And we're going to run it in a little lower than normal. Just so it's not too overpowering for all of us. And we'll try that level. So, folks, we are in cruise. We are, well, let's take a look here. 392 miles from our top of descent. Well, I'm sorry, correction. Progress page. Wait a minute. $263. My bad. I was looking at the wrong page. I got myself. I've been flying to Zebo again off streams, and it's got me all discombobulated again. So we're 385 miles or so out, 260 miles from the top of descent. Let's do our arrival brief, and then we'll kick the music on. Oh, excuse me, folks. All right. Okay, so pulling nav graph over, we got to sign in like it's been here for quite a bit, so hang on. We'll get you, well, maybe, he says. I'm just getting signed in. I'll get it pulled up for you here momentarily. It's been doing, like I said, this for quite some time now. Okay, and get that going again. Nothing can ever go well when the ATC comes up. I don't know why. It always screws up. Okay, so that's coming back up. Okay, so we'll bring that up here and finally get Sim Toolkit up here for y'all. Okay, so as you can see, Sim Toolkit's up here. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled. ATC does that to me. They just... anyway, on a tangent. Sorry, folks. Let me get out of that. All right, so we're here. We're looking to get on the Chapter 3 arrival into Charlotte Regional, not the big airport. This is up in Concord. It's about 50, 60 miles kind of north and east of the airfield. So let's pull that chart up here. We're going to be looking at the directions up here. We got routing down here. Frequency will be 133.675. Got a feeling that'll be different. Well, that's our ATIS, but I got a feeling who we're talking to will be totally different up here. So, all right, we don't have any restrictions here I can see. Again, Charlotte is, let me see, right here. We're right here. So that gives you an idea how far away from the big airport we are. All right, so down here in the bottom, we'll go through our stuff. So we're going to go from iPad. So basically, to get to iPad, we'll come over Colliers. It's a 38-mile run. We'll go over Simcoe into iPad. From iPad, we go to Chapter. From Chapter to WHDRW, and then vectors for our arrival. And again, we're going to plan the RNAV into there so that we have that as a lining for us to help line up if it's hazy. Now it won't be. RNAV, here's the RNAV approach. Frequencies across the top, which we can throw out the window because probably Atlanta Center will be taking us all the way down. Now, this RNAV approach has us on a channel 93903. Final approach 016 ECEGA. That is this fix right here. We need to be at 2,900 feet. The DH or DADH is 986 MSL. And the airport's 705 feet above sea level, touchdown 667. Basically, missed approach if we need it, climb to 4,000, direct LEMO, and hold. And if we need to, climb and hold, but we'll hold at 4,000s. Let's see. Nothing here. Obviously, transitions 18,000. Again, channel 93903 will be our inbound course. I don't think it has glide slope, but it might. But here again, you can see the descent path. And to maintain 310, this is what you do. Reels and PAPIs are on the left. There's how it's depicted. We need 986, mile and a sixth or eighth for the landing, mile and 7/8 for LNAV. All right, folks. I know that's a lot, hard to understand, hard to see. Still a lot for me to learn on this, folks. So, but we are progressing in. We're going to be going to DOCEC and then starting in. So, unless, of course, Atlanta decides to say, no, you're going to go the way we tell you. And then I'll go, no, we'll just log out. So, I have a feeling that could play today, so hopefully it doesn't. But anyway, we are on our way into the airfield. We'll hopefully not get into this problem that I'm fearing Atlanta Center has come up. 975. Okay, good. So I'll be able to lock in on them. Okay, so hopefully we'll get the RNAV2 and we'll be good. So let me pull up this. Helps to hit the right button, Mike. Sorry about that. All right, so that's starting to tell me I'm getting a little flustered, so we need to take a breath, take a break, grab some music, get the people out of their chairs since everything's settling down now. Wish I knew what happened back there in Florida. No idea. But we're on our way now. Everything's calmed, cool, and hopefully a nice arrival into Columbia.
0572, descend and maintain, correction, descend upon discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Jacksonville Center, was that for Mac Air to descend to 24,000?
Mac Air 0572, yep, descend upon discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Roger, down to 24,000. Alright folks, we're back. Looks like we're starting down. I don't know why, but for some reason they want us down. Yippee skippy. Alright, so let's set this bird up for descent. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead. All right, so our altimeter. .3005. God, put the point in there. Temperature 27. And mags and winds. 290 at 8. Oh yay. I foresee they're gonna change us. Okay. Alright, so there we go, folks. We're going to make sure we're descending. We are. Okay. Alright, for those of you watching and enjoying, welcome to Flying with Mike. We sure appreciate you. Appreciate all of our followers. We hope to get some more followers here as we're trying to get back in the groove. Work is making it really tough. We're going to go ahead and hold the music now. Yep, got it held. Alright, because that is a little distracting now as we're getting into where we're going to be switching and all. But we do appreciate y'all. Folks, if you like what you're seeing, hearing, folks, please click follow. We'd love to have you aboard. This has been an interesting, challenging flight in itself. That stuff over Florida, I have no idea what the weather engine was doing or what was afoot. But we got through it. We're on KVOC, so it really doesn't matter what, runway they stick us to. There's no winds, no nothing. So, but we do appreciate y'all. We hope you click follow, join us, follow us on our next treks. We have updated our schedules. both at Twitch and on the Discord channel. We do have a Facebook page as well. That's also updated for the most part. We'll get more information up on Facebook here shortly. But Discord and Twitch are up to date. So we are going to try and fly Thursday,
Mac Air
Friday.
0572, contact Atlanta Center 132.97. Good day.
Roger, 132.97 for Atlanta Center, Mac Air 572. Thanks. And Atlanta Center, Mac Air 572 with you. We are level at flight level 240.
Mac Air 572, Atlanta Center, good evening.
Okay, that's all I get. All right, so off we go. Into the wild blue low yonder wind area here of Atlanta Center. And I don't know why, like I said, we're so low, but they call the shots, not me. One other thing I would like to learn, if we can get anyone here that knows the Flight Factor A320, how do we get, because our frequencies are, well, we don't have an ILS here, so we don't have to worry about that. But how do we get these to auto? That I can't figure out. Betting it's something simple. I don't know why it locked in on that one. Really don't.
Mac Air 572, Atlanta Center, cross the Colliers VOR, India Romeo, Quebec, at and maintain 11000. The Charlotte altimeter 3001.
Okay, we'll cross India Romeo, Quebec at 1000. Mac Air 572. How far out are we? Oh, hang on, let me do the easy way. 55. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set it up. All right, so we'll go here. First thing we'll do, seatbelts, wing lights. Okay, that's all we need. And then we'll come to the middle. And there we go, starting down. All right, folks, so per Atlanta Center, we've dropped from per Jacksonville, we came down to 24,000 feet, way out. Per Atlanta Center, we're now coming down to 11,000 by the Colliers VOR, which is the India Romeo Quebec. And then they're going to probably vector us, hopefully to runway 2s as we're set up. Otherwise, we'll see. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic. I'll be here still while we're descending, so stand by. I thought my wife was on with a student. It's my daughter who's looking for homes nearby, so that's cool. Oh, nice little home they found. Hopefully the inside looks as good as the outside. And hopefully her zoo can handle it. She has a lot of animals. They lived in Arkansas, and they had, well, granted, only like a half acre to an acre plenty of room for the animals. It had from a Great Dane to bunnies to chickens to, good Lord, ducks at one time. I mean, like I said, a zoo. So anyway, we are trying to get down here to 11,000. Seatbelt sign is on. Got a lot of questions about this flight. But we will do the best we can here, folks. It's all we can do. I forgot they have a corgi too. This house has a dog door. The Great Dane I doubt will fit. If it does, well, it'll be a bigger hole at that point. Alright folks, so where are we? 32 miles out of Colliers. And then we'll turn in on the Chapter 3 arrival. I call it Chapter 3, CHPTR. So, alright, and again, we're clear KVOC because of issues with weather. That's all I can figure it was over the somewhere between Orlando and Fort Lauderdale was just pushing this plane all over the sky. I have no idea the causes, but as soon as I went to KVOC, everything seemed to calm down, so I'm assuming a weather issue. Nothing aircraft related yet. So, but if, like I was saying earlier, if y'all like the channel, please click follow. Otherwise, let us know what we can do to make it better for you. I am learning this plane as those of you who don't have it are going, do I want it? So I'm trying to do the best I can for you folks, but I don't know much about Airbuses. Know a little more about Boeings, but not to be called like, he's
Delta 425 at last center.
I don't think he was calling me. But I think I may do just to make sure. See if that steepens us up any.
Air 572, expect the visual approach runway 2, if that's fine.
We're set up for runway 2, so that'll be perfect. Back Air 572.
Back Air 572, Roger.
Alright, we're going to have to stick out some speed brakes.
$18,000 feet.
Take a look outside, see what that looks like. Alright, so we're gonna make it to 15,000 or 11,000, pretty sure. Alright, we're gonna have to go full spoilers. Yeah, I had a feeling it wasn't descending steep enough. Okay, so that did the trick. We're almost there. We're 7 miles out, 13,000 feet. I think we're doing pretty good now. pull back on the reins a little, keep her descending. Maybe a little more. Okay, so there we go, folks. We're going to be crossing right around 11,000. We'll be just shy of it. What did he... Oh, we passed up. 1. Perfect.
Mac 572, report crossing Collier's VOR to confirmation.
Mac Air 572 is crossing Collier's, India Romeo, Quebec. Next up is Simcoe.
Thank you, sir.
And for your information center, Mac Air 572 is at 11.
Yep, thank you.
Well, we're at their mercy, so there ain't nothing we can do to try to hold altitude up or anything. So, well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed the flight. We've been going here almost 3 hours. This was a 2-hour, 15 or so minute flight once we got going.
I have a route amendment for you, so it'll be a couple minutes if that's fine.
So,
Number 492 Bravo Alpha, Atlanta Center. Number 492 Bravo Alpha, I'm just getting you to a route amendment. It will be a few minutes.
okay, so we got WHDRW, 17 miles.
Mac Air 572, turn 5 degrees to the right.
Turning 5 right, Mac Air 572. And we'll see what he does here with...
Number 492 Bravo Alpha, full route clearance. Advise, ready to copy.
Oh boy.
November 492 Bravo Alpha, cleared to the Key West Airport via the Schmaltz 2 departure, wallet transition, then as filed, except after Lakeland VOR, Lima Alpha Lima, direct Carter, Kilo Alpha Romeo Tango Romeo, direct Gege, Golf India Hotel, direct, maintain 10,000, expect flight level 450, 10 minutes after departure, departure frequency 132.907, squawk 2011.
Well, must be nice to fly at 45,000 feet. Get above us. Real heavy, clogged in traffic of the U.S. There isn't anyone, folks. Alright, so we should be getting a turn here soon.
Number 492 Bravo Alpha, did you get the rest?
Okay, I got Charlotte on the map. Oh, you booger. I always forget that, folks. Turn that off. Alright, so this has been an interesting flight, folks, from start to finish on POSCON. Probably, oh well, it is
Number
what it is.
492 Bravo Alpha, read that correct. Advise ready to taxi. Expect runway 27 right for departure. Golf Mike Oscar, Tango Oscar, Atlanta Center, good evening, standby. Mac Air 572 field will be at your 12 o'clock in about 15 miles. Report the field in sight.
Mac Air 572, we're looking.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and call ourselves, got the brakes on. Auto brake medium flaps will begin
2,500.
altimeter set. Let's take a look outside, folks. Maybe this will help us find it. Okay. Ah, nice little airport down there. Looks like it might even have a terminal.
Golf Mike Oscar, Tango Oscar, the start is at your discretion. Advise ready to taxi. No problem. Number 423 Bravo Alpha, Atlanta Center, squawk mode, Charlie.
Alright folks, real quick, let's get some speeds up here in our minds.
Number 492 Bravo Alpha, runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie.
Okay, will be configured full, anti-ice, and medium. $132, $137. Okay.
Mac Air 572, do you have it in the sight now?
Well, let's take a look. I can lie.
Should be at your 11 at 12 o'clock, 10 miles.
And Mac Air 572 has the airfield in sight.
Mac Air 572, cleared visual approach runway 2.
Cleared for the approach runway 2, Mac Air 572. Actually, I do not see it.
Golf Mike Oscar Tango Oscar Atlanta Center. Follow the general aviation aircraft out of ramp 8, runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima, Charlotte. And then November 492 Bravo Alpha, you're showing up for me in POSCON as November 492 Bravo Bravo, but I have your flight plan as 492 Bravo Alpha. I'm not sure if it's a bug or you just signed in with a different call sign. Roger. Mac Air 572, wind calm, runway 2, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 2, Mac Air 572.
November 492 Bravo Alpha, go ahead. Negative, but I can just call you November 492 Bravo Bravo. I have no problem with that. I think it might just be a bug.
Okay, we're going to call final. So let's get these spoilers armed. Fans on.
November 492 Bravo Bravo, are you ready for departure? November 492 Bravo Alpha, I guess. RNAV to Slaw, runway 27 right, cleared for takeoff. I see you as Bravo Bravo on the client, but I see you as Bravo Alpha in the strip bay. It's really weird.
I sometimes really hate
Number
flying into
492
these
Bravo
airports.
Bravo, Roger. Would you rather I call you with 492 Bravo Bravo now? And November 492 Bravo Bravo, RNF to Slaw. Golf Mike Oscar Tango Oscar Atlanta Center, runway 27 right, line of flight.
All right, got the airfield finally. I'd have never seen it where he was saying. All right, folks, we're lining up. We're going to slow. And we're about to take the plane. Okay, get another notch of flaps in here. Okay, time for the gear.
One thousand.
Gear down.
Okay, flaps full, spoilers armed, cabins ready. Here we come, folks. Final check.
Approaching.
Spoilers
0,
go around
2.
set. Set us for 4,000.
Number 492 Bravo Alpha, radar contact, stay altitude.
500. 400.
Okay.
Number 492 Bravo Alpha, you said 300?
300.
Number 492 Bravo Alpha, roger, climb and maintain flight level 450.
200.
All right.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Golf Mike Oscar Tango Oscar Atlanta Center on a squawk runway 27 right here for takeoff. Mac Air 572, welcome to Concord. Stay parking.
Mac Air 572 will be parking at the terminal, approach end of runway 2.
Mac Air 572, taxi via Alpha and Alpha 3 or Alpha 2.
Roger, taxiing to the terminal via Alpha. Mac Air 572.
Good day.
Well, folks, welcome to Concord, otherwise known as Charlotte Regional. After a pretty eventful flight, let's get this bird moving. Okay, nose light. First thing, we're gonna okay. All right, spoilers down. I got a feeling we're going downhill. All right, folks, let's see. Transponder standby. Weather radar off. APU start.
Golf Mike Oscar Tango Oscar Atlanta Center, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 410.
Gotta love coming down a hill, folks. Alright folks, we have arrived. APU flap open. Okay, starting. Give that a few seconds. Wing lights off, nose light off. Okay. Just waiting on the gens. Alright, there we got the message. APU bleeds on. Shutdown. Parking brake. Set. Transponder. Standby. Off. Okay. Let's go over to here. Alright, so we are on ground power. We are switching now to alright, and while we're at it, let's get those baggage guys up to us. Alright folks, there you go. We are here. Let's let's take a look. Oh, that's not the page I wanted. And there you go, folks. Sitting on the ground here in Concord, North Carolina, northeast of and Atlanta Center, Mac Air 572. Just for your information, we're shut down. You have a great day.
You have a great day too, and hopefully I was decent.
No, sir. We had a lot of problems with the plane out of Florida. It got into some really bad turbulence or something, and we had to go to basically KJQF to solve it.
Okay.
But y'all did great. Y'all have a great night.
Thank you very much. You too.
All right, folks. So we were pleasant in telling them they did a good job. All right, so we're shutting down. Folks, we want to thank you for joining us today. This was an eventful flight, like I told Center. We had a lot of weather issues for some stupid reason in Florida. Don't know why. Don't know what hiccuped in the system. But those things happen. Even in the Microsoft world, I'm not going to dig into X-plane on it. I don't know what the cause was, but I'm just glad we made it. We're in Concord. Let's do a little flight review here. We landed at 266 feet a minute. Again, remember, that was a visual approach. So, for the most part, I flew that in. Standby one. Let me get that guy out of our head. Let's go to... hang on a second here as I get the frequency I want down. Goodbye. All right, so he's out of our head now, folks. For the heck of it, I won't save it anyway, so it don't matter. But anyway, we're here. Was, again, like I said, an eventful flight. But all that matters, wheels touched down, 266, I think it said. It's there on the screen for you, 266 feet a minute. I flew it most of the way in. So I see where on SimBrief where that was all screwed up. That was on me. Didn't catch it in the flight plan. But, you know, hey, those things happen, and I'm glad the controller caught it, so things would go on better. I'm going to go ahead and start shutting things down, folks. Just signing out with Mac Air. Real quick, you can watch that little simple process. Those of you pondering joining an airline, this is a good one. Millennium Aviation Company, Mac Air for short. They also, if you're into watching online streamers, Mac Air is founded by Captain Mac. If you watch stuff on the YouTube and all from him, good stuff, by the way. If you do, he's primarily prepared. He's getting back to Microsoft Flight Sim. He had some pretty bad flights with it. Not bad in the way that they crashed, bad in just his opinion of the sim. So, but you know, overall, it's a great airline. I love the routes. You can pretty much set up what you want if you get into the right divisions, and you learn that with you being in there. Another good one, FedEx Express. That's who I fly for also. Two outstanding virtual airlines, but right now we're flying for Mac Air. And with many virtual airlines out there, there's an ACAR program of some kind. That you can simply put the flight in, fly it, click start flight, fly the flight, land, click stop flight here, file PIREP here. The other ones are slightly different, but you get the drift, okay? And poof, it's off to Mac Air. So with that, folks, y'all have a great rest of your Tuesday. And tomorrow I got to work 24 hours. Hopefully Thursday, Friday, we'll be here streaming. And I do really appreciate your staying with us as I went through some pretty heavy overtime. And folks, we're still in it. So this could become it could happen again and again. So we're trying our best to stream. They are short flights, thank goodness, so they're not what I like to do. The cross the ponds, I don't care. Cross the Atlantic, cross the Pacific. I like them both. I don't like the events, but I like flying across them. Long flights I love, but right now with the way our schedule is at work and things coming down, who knows what will be tomorrow. So we do our best. We try to keep you up to date. So thank you for sticking around with us. Those of you who just joined and watched, if you liked that we're flying the Flight Factor A320, we fly Zebos 737 and 747 here. We're getting more and more aircraft into our X-plane hangar. Nothing as compared to my Microsoft FSX, but we're getting there, folks. We're just finding what we like, and I'm telling you, I really like this Airbus. I'm not calling, as you know, this a scare bus. It's a good plane. If it's called a scare bus, it's because I'm flying it. So y'all have a great Tuesday. God bless, and we hope you come back and fly with Mike again.